I got 3-0'd.
The score doesn't matter. I mean,
I don't know. It's hard for me to go. It's hard for me to deal with that, man.
Dude, I just got reverse 3-0'd, like, and I had it in 2 of the games.
That
but because I'm bad,
yeah,
like I feel just as bad as you do because I should have been there having my chance against the Atrocities. But we got mocked, so here we are. We will watch the only white in the building not produced by Salt Whiteboi.
Actually, on the contrary.
Okay.
He is 100% made of salt. Have you not seen this man when he used to lose with Jason?
I did, but it's the new world, as you so, eloquently put. And Whiteboi right now is trying to be king of said world here in week 2 in the battle for the throne at Versus Gaming Center at Pompano Beach, Florida. Grand finals, ladies and gentlemen. Whiteboi coming in, ScareCrow in winners, going up against last week's champion, Gross, looking for the back-to-back, which, let's keep it real, it's tradition, all right? He won the first 2 weeks of MKX with Cassie Cage. Here he is trying to repeat in Injustice 2.
It's literally triggering me just thinking about it. But now,
had enough.
Gross, being that he's in the losers bracket, this is a beautiful start for him. But Whiteboi is really going to try to get as much mileage out of that new wake-up as possible, being that we did download the patch just before starting the tournament.
Yes.
And that jump to jailing into that forward one is a huge plus. But Gross, his defense is really starting to show.
Yeah, absolutely. Just taking his time. If you saw midway through that first round, Whiteboi tried to lunge his way in with that forward one, that big, obvious headbutt from ScareCrow, and Gross with the meter burn back 3 on reaction at the ready for any, lazy attempts to get in.
And then speaking of reactions, that down 2 just to get that nice little chunk of damage, 289 points, low profiling under the interactable, but a nice forward 2-1 punish to follow up. It's going to keep him restand. What's the mix?
If you look at the way that Green Lantern's legs shake when he breathes that fear toxin right into his face, that is a man who is afraid. However, the power of the ring and the will that Green Lantern possesses keeps him able to fight on. Spins 2-bar, Clash Tide.
I mean, why not? He's making great use of his meter building. He has plenty of life to spare, and already, this is curtains for the first game as far as Whiteboi is concerned. He's going to do what he can. I mean, we've seen crazier comebacks before.
Yes.
But the moral victory, just getting that first life bar, but that chip will 100% do that.
Absolutely, that moral victory is going to be denied here. But either way it goes, a win only gives you 1 in the column. So Gross is going to go up 1, 5 more games to go as he needs to reset. Whiteboi with the luxury of being in winners and sick gear right here from ScareCrow, man. No jacket, just straight bare bones, raw tape. Bondage Boys, and here we go with the,
hey,
fedora.
I mean, hey, whatever you're into, KP, it's perfectly fine with me. But ScareCrow definitely top 3 wardrobes of gear, I think, in the game.
You can definitely make an argument for him, for sure.
Oh, 100%. Now going for the little bit of damage, and we see Gross do that all the time, ending the combo early into the ambiguous mix, and it's so good. The down 1 sickle spin, just disrespecting it, but no follow-up.
All right, a lot of buttons from each man now, just back-to-back, strings, pokes, breaks the armor on that forward 3, into the corner, great tick there on the command grab, so much mileage from that down 1.
And no punish on the lift from pretty much touching range. I can't believe that.
Oh, and tries to get away, but instead back dashes right into that ambiguous flipping jump 3 from Green Lantern. Gross showing his mix-ups and setups just as dirty as they were 3-4 years ago.
I mean, and that's the beauty of it when you take a look at this game. Gross was pretty much a Green Lantern specialist, so he has that comfortability with this character, and it's showing right here with all of his setups. He picked his character up lightning fast. Whiteboi, not as fortunate this time around.
Yeah, man. Old dog learning new tricks here as Doomsday not available. Whiteboi having to switch it up. Gross simply able to just fine-tune the vehicle, and you go ahead, throw some oil on it, see what works, what doesn't, and his Green Lantern shenanigans getting the job done as he holds the reign over South Florida currently.
And also, you see Whiteboi, he's kind of greasing up the hinges. He's taking his time, he's adapting here and there, but he keeps making these drops, and it is leaving so much damage on the table.
And the anti-air right there, trying to jump in, denied. That 8-frame down 2 from Green Lantern.
Okay, that was a godlike block.
Yeah, because that was so risky. Gross. I don't know what he was looking for there, but on the dash in, Whiteboi on the whiff. Doesn't matter. Air escape, nothing. No good. The follow-up combo covering all the options.
That was perfect. That was absolutely perfect. And that goes to show that he has all those different combos for those situations. If he knows you're going to flip out, he's going to punish you for it. That was so good. Now Gross on the verge of already resetting this bracket. He's sitting there in losers, so he's going to hopefully, if as far as he's concerned, put Whiteboi in the losers and try to win this tournament for the second week in a row.
All right, builds the wall up. Doesn't watch his toes. A little quick stump. And the patience, there you go. Whiteboi canceling into the quicker move this time to not have his forward one broken. And Gross just challenging with that down 2. You know, we have a question, and we need to investigate. Is Gross mashing when it comes to the down 2?
150%. There is no doubt in my mind that this man is mashing. But it's that calculated mash, because whether or not he's mashing, we're looking at like a 95 success rate with that down 2 up close in the neutral.
And that's what poses the question there. So good there on the bounce cancel now. 2 bars, double back 3. Keep it unclashable. Not allowing Whiteboi a second chance at regaining his life with a huge life lead here. He's going to eat this fear gas. Does he have enough to chip out on this string? He does not. And the down 2 mash, as Big D so calls it.
Oh, we'll call it calculated mash because you got to give it to him. I try mashing. Doesn't work for me.
It doesn't work for me either.
So there's a little bit of calculation going on there. Whiteboi getting some big damage here. Going to keep it meterless.
Yeah, smart calculation on his own. Read the backdash. Chased him down with that big headbutt. How you like my hat?
He still has that clash to work with, but no meter.
And that was a punish.
Interactable. That is 100% unblockable. And now he's sitting on his Leslie's, has to clash. Gross having 1 extra bar is definitely going to do some damage here and put him in a chip out territory.
Absolutely. It'll be full screen far enough with enough plus frames to summon the trait. Oh, chooses not to, but instead simply waits, sees the jump in, and the down 2. That is a reset, ladies and gentlemen.
And now we are back into it. This is Grand Finals, the bracket reset. Gross 3-0ing Whiteboi, putting him into the losers bracket, and now Whiteboi finally getting the better hand in the beginning. Taking his time, throwing the interactable, getting that out of the way nice and early.
All right.
Gross doing just the same.
Yeah, back-to-back with the unblockable interactables. I like the gargoyles because they just roll across the screen, and you kind of just aren't aware. And it's like, oh, this is rolling so far. I'll just block. Nope. Rip. Hold this. Great piece of damage as Gross gets into a corner combo. A little tricky with the overcharged Lantern there.
The grandma back walk speed. Going through butt switching positions and punishing Gross accordingly. Finally getting the life lead, and here comes all that beautiful mix, and that will be Chip. Whiteboi looking much stronger.
Gross looking for the read there on the command grab, but instead Whiteboi keeping it with that little gas summon from the ground. Able to get the juggle.
And that's a punish.
Absolutely. That's the worst. When you want to tick, but the down 1 actually hits, so you don't get the conversion on the command grab. Instead, you get full combo punished.
Now it goes right back into it.
Feels bad, man.
Was that the calculated mashing? We're never going to know. And Gross will never be honest with us.
Absolutely not. He'll tell you his skills, and then you'll mash on him once, and he'll yell at you for it. Like,
he's
what?
like, oh, he's just mashing.
Like, why are you mashing? Bro, you mashed out 2 for, like, an entire tournament. Stop it.
Well, you know, we're not allowed to do it. That's okay. That's perfectly fine, Gross.
Sure. I guess when you win, you know, perception is all yours. All right, and whip string there, jumps over Lantern's mic. Meter burns it to keep him in the corner immediately. Great delayed wake up from Whiteboi.
He's just letting it go. And that time, Gross actually challenged it. Possibly read him to cancel the sickle spin just a little bit earlier.
Whiteboi very much in his watch the super meter, spins it for the plus frames. Gross with the pushback, spins the bar on the interactable. This is going down to the wire. Is this a change we're going to see from Whiteboi? Trade is out. You know what this means.
Here it comes. He decided to stay away from Gross getting that chance to clash. Here comes the poison, and 1 block string without block stun will end up doing it.
So close, and just like that, the combined power of the stank mixed with the down 1 into that fear toxin blast from the ground, and Whiteboi on the board, turning things around. Maybe, just maybe, he got a reset for dramatic appeal.
And you know what? He does like to work a crowd a little bit.
A little bit.
Some say he's the ladies' man. He's working for the ladies in the stream watching right now.
The lady killer, Whiteboi, watch out.
I mean, and he's doing some serious work. This is pretty much a different player than what we saw in the first set. He's already putting up a bigger fight, still manages to have the life lead, and the biggest thing now, he's making use of that trait. You see all the damage being ticked as Gross is just trying to open him up. Whiteboi's using his own defense against Gross by punishing him with those ticks.
And in that sequence does the one thing that Gross has punished him for 100%, and that is jumping towards him. That down two. So much mileage. They say some characters don't have great anti-airs, and the whip from full screen, and Gross just rolling now right back at you. The Lanter's might and spins the bar to finish the health.
And it was smart to end up setting the bar like that. He tried to get rid of all that time on Whiteboi's Traumatized.
Yes.
While at the same time switching up the life lead. Now it's virtually identical. Meter and life virtually the same.
All right, trade there. This time, Whiteboi going for that preemptive jumping attack, but Gross at the ready with his down two. Trading at worst, infinitely better than having to hold a block string on a free jump in.
Very nice push block there. Just spinning the bar, keeping Whiteboi away from getting all those mind games. Because when Whiteboi gets it going, he's hard to stop. That train does not stop for anybody.
Not at all. Right back going for the mix-up delay. Wake up again, Whiteboi forcing Gross to change his mix-ups.
Just letting it rip again. Had the bar to make it safe if he chooses to do so. But now he has no bar to work with. Gross definitely going to get some life back here.
In the position to choose any sequence that he wants. 15, 25, 30. What will the decision be? 2 bars, 25%. Saves 1 stick of meter. Oh, and super close there. Whiteboi taking chances. And there it is, mashing that down 2 again, because that was definitely not an anti-air.
And that down 1 conversion was so beautiful until he dropped it. But the Fear Toxin still keeping him alive. Has the life lead.
Oh, what is happening? The trade is up. Will Gross be able to stay away long enough to not get himself killed from the tick damage? Whiteboi allowing himself to get hit. Didn't think he'd survive that sequence, so goes for the clash.
Now, Gross has 1 bar more. Is he going to spend it? He's thinking about it. He decides to spend it. Going to deal 15% damage here. Trying to even out, but neither of them sitting on a bar.
Ooh, going for the shimmy. Whiteboi jumping out in enough range. Sickle stab right to the chest area. And Whiteboi now up 2-0.
Look at Gross's face. Look at Gross's face right now. He is not happy with that. And Whiteboi just calm as collected after being 3-0'd on the verge of returning the favor. Gross getting the first hit, gets that bar. Already almost sitting on 2 bars a meter. And there it is. Spends the bar, keeping it plus.
All right, tosses a gargoyle down on him. What's up? Trade is active. Still a little too antsy, even though the momentum is in his favor. Throwing out that string from full screen is basically asking for a punish at this point, and Gross ready for it with that back 1. Such a great advancing low move.
Just gets with a raw forward 3. It looked like an input error, but Gross fully capitalizing on it, and the neutral jump 3 going to help secure that first round. Gross, obviously, after having such a great start, is not ready to get 3-0'd like this.
No,
not after all he's done.
Not in the slightest. All right, unblockable, interactable. Now, Gross playing an even slower game, simply walking back. Not trying to fight Whiteboi up close, looking for him to whiff something to give him those opportunities that gave him those great life leads in the 3-0 that we saw in the winner's portion before Gross reset the bracket.
And there you go, down 1. Those mind games are so good. And Gross, like we talked about before, he's more than an aggressive player. So when he gets put on the defense, he gets a little bit antsy.
All right, speaking of antsy, Whiteboi oppressive right now. Gross just push blocking, doesn't want anything to do with any of this. And the wake up down too, sir. That was reaction. I will give him that one. Yo, and the pelvic thrust fake just a little bit.
Here we go, going with the forward 2 into the tick rack. Going to try and hold on to that bar meter just in case he feels like he needs to clash.
When no bait on the shimmy there, Whiteboi instead going for the neutral jump down to the wire. These guys about even on life now. Here's the clash.
All right, now they both have 2 bars. Gross has a chance to stop Whiteboi from getting health. I don't think he's going to do it. He's gonna let Whiteboi get 25% back, so when Gross needs to clash, he'll get some health back as well.
All right, it'll be interesting to see how Whiteboi chooses to go for his damage. Will he even let him clash? He won't. Forward 3 instead of the back 3 connect. He goes for the trait instead. Gross trying to stay away as much as he can. Overcharge Lanters on the screen. That crazy psychotic walk-in for Whiteboi. And Whiteboi, clash on the Traumatized. Whiteboi jumps up out of his seat. Unbelievable. Scratching the hair, and Gross a second chance at life. 30%. Unbelievable.
Okay, so he still has a chance to do this. He has Whiteboi full screen. Whiteboi has no bars to work with. This is where Gross wants to be, but he dashes right in. And the Traumatized is going to do it.
Yes. And the gas as Captain hindsight in the back is laughing. He's probably going to tell Gross, hey, man, you should have blocked that, or you should have lost faster. Either way it goes, Whiteboi takes week 2. And, yeah, ScareCrow got to wake up, and things happen.